Glad to be joined by our Raptors reporter, Josh Lewenberg. What a finish down at the bank. You got Jakob Poeltl with a big block on one end, and then Brandon Ingram with the jumper to win it. Yes, it was against the lowly Pacers, Josh, but could this win be looked at as a character-building win for the Raptors?
For sure. I mean, look, it certainly wasn't the prettiest win of their streak, but that doesn't make it any less impressive. I mean, the Pacers are better than their record. They're starting to get healthy, or at least as healthy as they're going to be this year, and they really tested the Raptors down the stretch. But these are the types of games that the Raptors would have lost last year. They're the types of games the Raptors need to learn how to win, and they're doing it. They're 8-2. Against losing teams this season. They've won their last 8 against sub-500 competition, and they're now 7-2 in clutch games. They were 10-22 last year, one of the worst teams in the league. So it's encouraging to see that they are finding ways to win, but also they're doing it on both ends of the floor. I mean, Brandon Ingram, they've been playing through him in these situations down the stretch. We've seen him make the big game-winning pass, and now we saw him make the big game-winning shot. He was asked after the game what he said after hitting the winner, and he said the clean version is, "This is why I'm here," and it really is, but just as encouragingly, they're doing it on the defensive end as well. You mentioned the big block by Jakob Poeltl against his old buddy Pascal Siakam. Scotty Barnes forced a clutch backcourt violation pretty late in the game as well. So we're really seeing the evolution of this Raptors team, I think, in those clutch moments.
Yeah, and Josh, they get this win without R.J. Barrett, who was out again on Wednesday, and they lose Grady Dick midway through this game. The Raptors have been leaning on this depth all season, and it looks like it's going to be tested even more soon here. But could it be beneficial, Josh, to get a longer look at some of these younger players right now?
Well, they are dodging some bullets here in the sense that it sounds like Grady Dick is doing fine. Darko Rajakovic said they just held him out as a precaution. And then R.J. Barrett, we found out today that he's going to miss at least a week, but it's not as bad as initially feared when he went down with the knee injury. But I do think, to your point, the Raptors are well positioned to withstand injuries this year because of their depth, especially at that position. Jacoby Walter has stepped in here. He was a big part of the Raptors' run to close the first half and to start the second half, and he closed the game. And then Jamal Shed has closed the previous 2 games. So we've seen some guys step up here. I agree that having more opportunity for some of these young players to show what they've got and ultimately build up some confidence going into the second part of the season here, or the latter part of the season, is helpful because it is a long year and you are going to be tested in terms of adversity and depth. So while they certainly miss R.J. Barrett, especially on the offensive end, they'll be happy to have him back. I think they're in good hands until he ultimately gets back on the floor.
Yeah, good stuff, Josh. I don't know how many people saw this coming, but it's certainly fun to watch right now. The 9 wins in a row, tied for the 4th longest win streak in franchise history.